Good afternoon. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. Today is Friday, February 28th, 2025. Last day of the month of February, which was my birthday month, also Black History Month. So we got to talk about it. As the title says, Trump kicked Zelenski out the White House on national television. And I am ecstatic about it because for years, the American people have been bending over backwards to this little prick, giving him all our money, all our military weapons, and the dude is not appreciative. The Biden administration just opened up every resource to him. 14 trillion here, 80 billion there, just giving all our money to this dude to fund this war that he has no possible way of winning. Trump come in, he got Putin online. He got him. You know what I'm saying? To agree to a peace treaty. This Zelenski dude don't want, for some reason, to make that happen. You're losing the war. So in this meeting with Trump and Zelenski, it got very heated. And this just happened minutes ago. So I want y'all to see this in real time, because this went crazy. And shout out to the content creator, Benny Johnson. Let's go.
Freaking crazy. This is the full tape of Trump and Vance versus Zelenski, one of the most glorious things I've ever seen in my life, and I've been doing this for 20 years. Go.
For good. Do you, and now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied it.
Now, this when the conversation started to go left. Now you could tell by their demeanor that they're not having a good, convo about the deal. It's very heated. But this dude, the president of Ukraine, is so disrespectful in the United States White House in the Oval Office that everything spilled out in front of the media. This is when he effed up. Shout out to President Trump. Shout out to JD Vance. Real leadership is back, baby. Let's go.
Our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was
he killed.
not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly
but-
right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broke this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because.
Man, you see, JD Vance, like, hey, I'm trying to save your country. We cool. Because if we don't intervene, we Russia is gonna go ahead and wipe you out. If you take the deal that we working out, because we are the ones that can make it happen, but instead you're here, and watch how you're gonna be trying to overtalk the president and the vice president, but you're not in a position. See, I really believe that this dude wants to keep this war going for money. He's evil. Dictator. That's what I believe. Because anybody in their right sense, in their right mind, will want to end this war, given the fact that you cannot win it, and you wouldn't even stand a chance if it wasn't for our help. So you need to be humble. Let's go.
Because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
He said, don't tell us what we. Hey, dude, who you talking to? Dude, who is you talking to? Hey, Joe Biden, this your work, bro. This nasty work right here. You got this dude feeling like he on the same level as us when he needs us for everything. We done gave him military issue missiles to protect his country. They don't have nothing to fight off Russia. All the money that we done gave this dude. And you got the nerve to be sitting up here talking crazy to the president of the United States? I know you the president of Ukraine, but you, without us, bro, you done lost your mind. And shout out to Trump for telling him, bro, hold fast.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly what
Remember
you're
this.
doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right
From
about
the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a
Mr.
good position.
I
You don't
was-
have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
This dude really, I mean, he want to sit there and argue with the president of the United States. Okay, you the president of Ukraine. I'm the president of the United States. You need my help and assistance for everything. And you got the nerve to tell me, what? This your work, Joe Biden. You got this dude feeling like he could just walk off in the Oval Office and demand stuff. And this why it was so good that Donald Trump won and that lady didn't, because he would be continuing to be getting all that money, dictating to the United States what he want, and just pushing us over. You know, rolling all over us, man. You could tell he's entitled. It's like a child that's just spoiled, talking back to their parent that they need to feed and clothe them. Sit down, boy. You need to be thanking us.
The people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you
You're
think about-
gambling with
what do you
World
think
War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country,
I'm
that's
with
back
all
to you,
respect to you.
far more than a lot of people said
Very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can.
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can-
in big
can-
trouble.
What he said? Like he didn't even hold fast, man. The man said to JD Vance, Zelensky said to JD Vance, just because you speaking loudly, what that mean? Like he like trying to punk him on the low. Now look at Trump's face right now. He's like, man, don't talk to my vice president like that. Is you crazy? Man, let's keep rolling. This dude is lost his mind.
Trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank-
president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for your
are brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
Except
times
that there-
thank you
except
to
that-
American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going
I
on.
understand.
I think it's good too. So because you can see who the problem is. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he just exposed himself to be the problem. It ain't Putin. He already chopped it up with Putin. Putin chopped it up with Trump. He like, hey, man, we can end the war. And Putin and Russia is winning. They kicking Ukraine ass. And this dude got the nerve to sit up here and act like he don't want to acquiesce to what the president's saying. So I'm happy that the American people can see who the problem is too. We have emboldened this guy to feel as though he's entitled to whatever we got here in the United States that he want his hands on. Like I said, it's like a spoiled child. And people are sitting back capping for this dude. Great exposure. President Trump, you knew what you was doing. Bravo. Yes, I'm happy that you let people see this mess.
Yes,
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying.
What Curtis Mayfield said, just be thankful for what you got.
Running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want to.
Look at he mocking and said, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want he mocking him. Look at Zelenski face. He's like, man, really though, you gonna play me like this in front of the whole world? I don't want to ceasefire.
Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your
Oh, snap.
That was with.
He said that guy named Biden that wasn't a smart person. Oh, man, he cooking this dude, man. I'm loving this. This is what we've been missing, man, in America, man. God bless America. That guy, Biden, that wasn't too smart. Sleepy Joe.
With Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay?
Oh, hey, man. Trump is hilarious, man. Hey, he could have did stand-up comedy, man, if he wasn't off in real estate or what have you. Hey, man, he said, what if a bomb dropped on your head? Ooh, ooh. Oh, my God. This is epic.
Hey, what if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
That's right.
Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia.
Now, you remember that. You know what I'm saying? See, Joe Biden and them, and his son Hunter, they've been rocking with Zelenski since Obama's second term, when Joe Biden was the vice president. They've been funneling money over to Zelenski in Ukraine back in 2014. That's why Joe Biden, when he pardoned Hunter Biden, his son, he gave him a blanket pardon that go all the way back to 2014 to now. Because that's when the corruption started with this prick, Zelenski, this chump that's sitting up there in the Oval Office being disrespectful with the president and the vice president of the United States. So, man, let's keep going.
51 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States.
Facts. If it wasn't for the United States, you wouldn't be walking around here all arrogant. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for us backing you, see, sometimes people need a little humbling. This is a humble moment. Look at his face now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be humble. Sit tight. You feel me? This was a moment for Zelensky. He had to be knocked down a few pegs or two, if you understand what I'm saying. Because this dude really thought he was just going to come in there and just bogart his way out the deal. Like, dude, you ain't getting nothing from the United States of America until you acquiesce and we stop this war.
States, and your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks, sir. I need the back of this. We'll see.
So, hey, man, what do you think about that? Well, I'll say this much, man. True leadership is back in the White House. We need someone that is for the American people. Donald Trump, great job. J.D. Vance, great job. Sticking up to this dude that want to sit here and act like somebody owe him something, like some privileged child that is rebelling against their parents. You had to spank them. And like you said, I'm happy that the whole world was able to see it and it wasn't behind the scenes. Zelensky, on your flight back to Ukraine, the president, Donald Trump, remember that whooping you just got. And don't you ever come back to the White House until you are ready to make a deal that will create peace for your nation and all nations aboard. Well, thank you for tuning in. I'm your boy, Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all. Until we meet again, we'll see you soon. Peace and blessings.